Buyers have been a little hesitant in the Toronto real estate market for quite some time now, and we can't really blame them. In the past 2 years, rates have gone up and that has diminished their buying power. Now, as of late, rates are starting to come down and buyers are returning to the market, but just a little bit, not in great numbers yet. So let's take a look at the stats and let's see why inventory continues to creep up a little bit, and then let's see why buyers are acting the way they are. For September in Toronto, there has been an 8.5% increase in the number of transactions. Now that may seem impressive at first glance, but we do have to remember that September of 2023 was a particularly slow month for transactions. Last year, it was the fewest transactions we saw in a September for 20 years. So that 8.5% increase may not be that impressive, but it is moving upward. Now, I should also point out that we've had a 10.5 increase from this September over last September in the number of listings hitting the market. So we are slowly seeing a creep up in the inventory for the Toronto real estate market, mostly in the condo sector. It has been a trend we have seen for most of this year. Usually when inventory goes up, prices come down, but that's not what's happening here. If we compare the prices from last September to this September, we are only down 1%. So what is going on? Psychology plays a pretty big role in real estate. I remember at the beginning of 2024, just the mere mention that rates could be going down brought people back to the market in the first quarter of the year. And now we are in a situation where rates have actually come down twice, 2 quarter points, and then we are expecting another rate decrease later in October, and buyers are beginning to hesitate. So why is this happening? I think this has a lot to do with buyers waiting for the bottom of the market, whether that is the bottom of the price market or it's the bottom of the inventory market. They are waiting for a signal that the market is beginning to turn around, where inventory starts to fall, or that they feel rates will not be going up any further. Secondly, I think it takes a little bit of time for these rate drops to be absorbed. Sometimes it takes months and months, so it may take a while for these rate drops to take effect and for buyers to come back to the market. Now, unofficially, outside of the stats, I have talked to some mortgage brokers and they have told me that they are much busier this fall than they have been for quite some time. So I think that buyers are getting closer to buying something, but they may not quite be firing off as quickly as possible. Again, they are back more than they were last year, but just not in a big rush. Are buyers wise to wait? Well, it's always tough to time the Toronto real estate market. Usually you don't know when you're at the bottom until about 3 to 4 months have passed and you realize the bottom has already happened. Also, if there is a recovery, it might not happen all in one upswing. There may be different peaks and valleys along the way. I will say that as rates come down, there will be much more incentive to get out there and buy properties. So most people are expecting a recovery later this year or at some point in 2025. Now, we can never know where real estate's going to go, but it's always fun to look at the stats and see what is possible. I'm David Coffey of Bosley Real Estate.